Hey everybody, welcome to the Sideline Crowd. Skylar Timmons here, and it's here for another edition of Quick Hits. So let's get to the news. The Baseball Writers Association of America will consider removing the name of former Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis from MVP plaques. A multitude of former MVPs, including Barry Larkin, Mike Schmidt, and Terry Pendleton, have expressed their support of the idea. Now, Landis was the first MLB commissioner and has had a well-known and documented complicated history involving racist comments and tendencies. Landis's name has been on the plaque for 75 years, and as reported by the Associated Press, is not pledged to remain there under the Baseball Writers' Constitution, and a vote by the membership could lead to a redesign by the end of the coronavirus pandemic-delayed 60-game season, which will start in 3 weeks. And amidst the current cultural standings and discussions that are happening right now around race and everything, and kind of removing association and holding accountable the history of racism in America, this could be a pretty good decision to make. And I love what some of those players have said, that I think MVP says it all. You don't need anybody's name on it. So good on them. We'll see what happens to that in the coming weeks. In other news, Manfred, concerning the 60-game season, Manfred, in an interview on Wednesday, said MLB always considered and didn't plan on having any more than 60 games for the season, that they were going to play no matter what. He then said 60 games is being played because of a suboptimal result from the negotiations and the spirit of conflict instead of collaboration. And this was on the Dan Patrick Show. You can find that interview on YouTube and online, wherever you may go. But this is really concerning because it's kind of in that same story with Rob Manfred, that he hasn't really been consistent in what he's saying. And first he says, we're going to play baseball, and then says, oh, I don't know if this is happening. And then coming out, oh, we always wanted 60 games. So it seems like he's just reeling, trying to do damage control. But I think nobody's believing this guy at this point. Players don't care about him, and there's no trust between the league and the union. And that's going to show in the coming years, when the collective bargaining agreement negotiations start next month, or not next month, next year, after the 2021 season. Interesting to see. And in other news, as the coronavirus pandemic continues to ravage the globe and cases go up, and its effect on sports, slowly sports are coming back here in the U.S. and around the world. But in Mexico, for the first time in nearly a century, professional baseball won't be played in Mexico. The Mexico Baseball League announced that it would be canceling the 2020 season, slated to begin in August, because of the current pandemic and inability to ensure the health and safety of fans. Mexico requires sporting events to occur without fans, and this move would not prove to be economically beneficial to the Mexico teams. This is the same kind of situation that happened to minor league baseball, which was their season officially canceled earlier this week, where there would be no players from MLB. And the minor league teams couldn't financially operate, one, without players, and then two, without fans. So that's kind of the hard hit. And then in Mexico, where they're losing their professional baseball season, where there's a lot of guys who might have gotten a chance to kind of make names for themselves, come back to the States. So it's a hard blow for them, and it's sad to see them. Nearly 95 years, for the first time in 95 years, they won't have baseball in Mexico. Such a shame. In other news, if you build it, they will come. Due to the new scheduling for the shortened 2020 season, the Cardinals will replace the Yankees as the opponent for the White Sox for the August 13th Field of Dreams game in Iowa. A temporary 8,000-seat stadium is nearing completion at the site, about 200 miles west of Chicago, adjacent to where the 1989 movie was filmed, on a diamond in a cornfield. This would be the first major league game played in Iowa. And that's a fantastic movie. The game will be nationally televised on Fox in August. And I think that'll be a very cool thing. It's still undetermined if fans will be able to attend, but it will be on television. Also, it remains to be seen if the White Sox will add the ghost of Shoeless Joe Jackson to their 60-man player pool. It could happen. Now, to wrap up this quick video, this day in baseball history, we're going back to 1903. Ed Delante once hit 4 homers in one game, goes over Niagara Falls, goes over a Niagara Falls railroad bridge and drowns. The circumstances concerning the Senator outfielder's death will remain a mystery, but rumors persist he was kicked off a train by a conductor for being drunk and disorderly. And that's kind of a bad way to go. Getting kicked off a train and then you fall over a bridge into some falls. So don't be disorderly on a train, people. And finally, bit of random news for the day. 2 boys magnet fishing in a southern Finland lake reeled in something entirely unexpected, a rusty old hand grenade. The boys said they were using their magnet fishing kit to search for metal objects in the lake when they pulled out a grenade. They began taking it back home, but then realizing what it was, they sat it down on the shore and went their merry way, which that would be terrifying. You're just fishing, looking for treasure, whatever it may be, bottle caps and whatnot. I think that's what they said they were finding was a lot of bottle caps. You whip out an old hand grenade and you begin taking it home. And then once you realize what it is, that'd be terrifying. So good on them, the Finnish, good people, finally leaving it alone and heading along their way. But that's all the news we've got for today. Just a couple of the headlines here on the Sideline Crowd. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and look for our other videos that you may find. Bringing out new videos of Sideline Crowd moments. We'll have the podcast every week, and be on the lookout. We're getting back into some broadcasts of simming and whatnot here in the near future. But I'm Skylar Timmons. Thank you so much for watching us. We'll see you next time.